This program is brought to you by thepodcastfactory.com.
You are listening to Copy Chief Radio with the Copy Chief himself, Mr. Kevin Rogers. What is up?
Jonathan, good to be back with you, my friend.
Yeah, I feel like you never left.
It's like we're joined at the hip.
Yeah, something weird's going on here, Kevin. So what do you have in store for us today?
This is going to be great. We're going to talk about email in the 30-day email challenge that we're doing inside of Copy Chief. This is something we like to do, contests and challenges in the Copy Chief community, because obviously it's great to have a deadline and it's great to have some accountability, and it's fun to do stuff in a group where other people are doing the same activity. So you get a ton of support. You get to see how other people are attacking it. And, you know, it's just really great for motivation. Yeah. So the latest one we did was around our buddy Ben Settle's email philosophy of emailing your list every single day.
Ben Settle, the philosophizer.
There's, you know, a lot of Ben Settle fans and subscribers to his email player's newsletter inside of Copy Chief. So it just kind of organically sprung up that, hey, we should hold a 30-day challenge. And I said, okay, let's do it. And anybody who completes the 30-day email challenge gets a Copy Chief t-shirt.
There it is. That's the carrot that got me in.
Yeah. And you know, it's fun. I'll tell you something about t-shirts. Amazing. The smartest thing I did with the t-shirts was not making them for sale anywhere. You can only earn one.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It just kind of happened naturally that way. And now it's this thing where it's unbelievable how motivating it is for people to get it.
What would you do for a Copy Chief t-shirt?
That's what it's like, dude. Yeah, that'd be a funny commercial. The Klondike spoof. But yeah, so that's the prize. And I thought we had, you know, 5 or 7 people would commit to doing this and emailing every day. We've got like 37 people.
Wow.
And I'm amazed that a couple fell off, as the law of averages, you know, will dictate. A couple people got excited and then realized, I can't keep it's work. Yeah.
Surprise.
But man, we've got a good 25, 30 people, you know, at it. And the beauty of it to me is that some people said, look, I don't even have a list yet. I haven't even started collecting emails. I don't even have a lead magnet. And I said, you know what? It doesn't matter. We're your list for the next 30 days, because the whole thing is, it is very hard to write something every day if it's not actually going to be seen by anybody, right?
Yeah.
You know, just for practice. And I think this is why so many copywriters end up hand copying ads to death. It's because they want to be writing, but they just have no idea what their motivation is. It's like an actor going, what's my motivation in this scene? So a lot of people are doing that. It's like that. I don't even have a list yet, but damn it, when they do have a list, they're going to have 30 pretty good emails.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to be a month ahead of the game. And it's really helped some other people. This is interesting. One takeaway is that, you know, a lot of the people doing this who didn't have a list yet are quickly seeing their avatar better, and they're seeing what their lead magnet could be.
They're getting clarity, right?
Yeah, they're getting clarity by just sort of having this conversation every day and getting feedback from the other members like, hey, I really like that. That was a cool thing. You should expand on that. Maybe write another follow-up email to that thing. And so it's been super cool. And so I want to share a few of the takeaways. It's going to be a really short episode today, but I want to talk about some of the sort of unexpected things that are cropping up among the members. And you're doing it as well, Jonathan, aren't you?
Look, I saw the email about the Copy Chief t-shirt, and I know there's no other way to get one, so I'm going to jump up on there to get my shirt.
Now, you're cheating a little because, you've been with Ben for a while, so you're probably already in the practice, right?
Yeah, actually, last year for my real estate list, I wrote all 365 days, and I started this year on the Podcast Factory list, and I haven't missed a day yet.
Wow. Well, let's just start with you then. So what were the things that changed in you when you started emailing every single day?
Well, luckily, I had a good teacher with Ben Settle, and he's obviously prolific when it comes to email marketing and writing emails. But he says it all the time. It's like therapy. And so when I have something that I need to get off my chest, that's going in an email. I had a bad day. That's going in an email. I don't like your face. That's going in an email. Like, it just makes me feel better to write every day.
Yeah, it's true. I'd say that's probably one of the biggest takeaways is it's like therapy. And what's happened for me is it's like a relationship that's happened. Where I almost feel like I'm sitting down and I sort of know the punchline. I know what I'm writing about or what I'm promoting in the email, because that's one of the keys is there needs to be a call to action in the emails. It's kind of pointless to win somebody's attention and have them do nothing at the end of it, because the one thing you'll find is that people want to know what to do next. How do they get more involved with you? And so for me, it's like I have this, and here's what I've learned about myself through this practice after just about 10 days here, is that I am a performer at heart, right? And I write as a performance. And that's not the healthiest thing for a copywriting coach really to say.
Right.
But I'm not saying that everybody should do that. But what it's actually helped me as a coach to recognize is that people have different motivations based on what gets them excited, Yeah. So some people have like a little checklist of things that need to be perfect before they can start writing. They need to have, the light just right in the room, or they need to have some kind of music going or focus music or something. For me, I need to get excited about the idea, and I want it it really is like an artist thing where I kind of want to have this muse, right? And this is like breaking a lot of rules of productive writing. But I just recognize this about me is that, I spent a decade as a stand-up comic, and my best moments were the ones that happen organically. I'd get an idea in the shower, I'd take it on stage, and it would just come alive. And those become your great bits. And so I guess that's just part of who I am. And as a writer, I'm quickly realizing that that's how I write. So I just kind of sit down, Jonathan, and start writing. And once I get past the little bit of throat clearing at the beginning, which I often go back and eliminate,
yeah,
it's like I'm just sort of like watching it happen, like the story sort of unfold in front of me, right? And Beautiful. I'm like, oh, this is good. And like, oh, I didn't expect to say that, but oh, that's good, And then the key is editing. And look, I've had a couple emails that kind of sucked, We're all human. And when I look back at them, it's interesting because it felt good when I was writing it. And then I realized, man, if I'd have let that go cold for like an hour, even 30 minutes and come back to it, instead of hitting send immediately, I probably would have recognized how to make it more effective,
Yeah, I think that's part of it though, Kevin. I think that's the thing about writing daily is that and Ben says it all the time, is that forgiveness is built into writing daily, because as long as you keep pushing send, you have tomorrow to make it better. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that is how it feels when I, criticize myself or realize that, this one didn't resonate like some of the others. It's how it feels. It's like, well, hey, tomorrow's another day. You don't have to wait long to redeem yourself.
Right. That's what's fun about it. So, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot of people here are just getting involved. I mean, just doing it, whether they have something to sell, whether they don't have something to sell, because that practice is going to be valuable. Because what I figured out from writing daily, and this was one of the big epiphanies, was that I was able to do more than I thought I could do. And so this helped me in building products, in building content. And that's why nowadays I want to get into video like we talked about. I do audio because I realize I have more than I thought I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess that's another big takeaway. This is what I've been hearing over and over and over from the other people doing it is I can't believe where the ideas are coming from.
Yeah.
Just they come from everywhere. And so everybody has these Evernote idea files now because you can't write fast enough to get all the ideas, right?
Yeah, yeah. In fact, that's what I mean, and that's what Ben teaches is everything is an email. And so when you're doing this, you first of all, you need to feed the machine. And so you need to feed yourself ideas, whether it's reading books, whether it's going to workshops, whether it's listening to Copy Chief Radio, you got to feed yourself ideas. And then the best way to make yourself into a better writer is to turn around and turn those ideas into something. Whether it's great or not, doesn't matter. Just turn it into something.
Absolutely. Love that. And so, the big apprehension for people, if they do have a list is, man, I don't know. I talked to a guy yesterday. He's like, yeah, I can't imagine bothering people every day.
Bothering.
Like that. Yeah.
Oh, God.
And so that's the mindset is like, oh no, I could never can impose myself.
Oh dear.
On somebody every single day. And it's one of the most counterintuitive realities you'll experience is that look, yeah, you're going to get some unsubscribes, and I love unsubscribes.
Sure.
Anybody who's a really active emailer loves unsubscribes because that person just did you a huge favor. They were never going to buy from you. They're just taking up, room on your server, on your email
Wasting
account.
oxygen, man.
Yeah. And there's plenty of other places they could go to get their information. But the people who are reading, and I've gotten way more positive feedback than I've only had one complaint. Like one guy wrote me and said, please take me off your list. And I was like, love it. Happy to, thanks for reading up to now. And then he wrote me back like this nice little note, forever may God bless you or something. And I was like,
nice.
Right on. That was nice. Whatever that means. But, you need help.
You know what scares the hell out of me, Kevin? I mean, terrifies me. It keeps me up at night more than unsubscribes is people forgetting who I am.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah.
And writing every day ensures that will not happen to the people that you match, the people that resonate with you.
Right. And yeah, when people see that you can give consistent value, and look, the reality is they might not read every email every day, but the fact that you are there consistently shows a lot about your character and what they can expect if they decide to do business with you. Damn
right. They know that you'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah. You're present. And you're writing. It's not like you're just repurposing stuff from a year ago. You're writing a fresh topic. I see Ben's emails come in every day. I see Ryan Lee's emails come in every day. And I might not make time to read every single one of them, but every time I do, I love it. And it just makes me think, damn, it sucks that I missed like 3 over the last, couple of weeks or whatever, because I know they're great. Yeah. And most people keep files now, if they dig you in Gmail, they'll create a folder and if they don't get a chance to read you right away, they'll put you there. And it's a relationship, Jonathan. That's the amazing thing. You're having a real relationship, sometimes vocally, sometimes silently with people.
It's interesting, man. Like I did something weird. I told you I wrote all 365 days last year. And one of the things I changed that everybody told me I was stupid for doing was I started sending my emails at 9 o'clock at night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Everybody's like, who the hell's going to read that? Nobody's going to read that. And what happens is just like you said, they create a file or they have their little ceremony where they get in the morning and that's the first thing they read. But they will work around it. If you're delivering that every day and they know they can count on you, they're going to get it however it is. Like if it's reading a bunch of them at once, if it's just reading one once in a while, it doesn't matter. They're going to have their ritual based around you.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great point. Now, why did you decide to send them at 9 p.m. though?
Well, because I was writing every single day, and if I didn't get to it first thing in the morning, or if I didn't write a week in advance, I still had time every day to make sure I delivered on time every time.
So you want to be consistent on the nose to what time they actually receive it.
Like a machine, bro. And my wife would say, because my wife was on that email list, and she's like, "Oh, it's my friend Jonathan every night, 9 p.m."
That's great. That's great. My wife unsubscribed months ago.
That's funny. She didn't want to hear that. She hears it right from you all the time.
Not you again.
I heard that story already.
That's not the way you told it last week. Yeah.
Right.
So great stuff. Well, cool. Yeah. So everybody, if you haven't tried it, get over your bad self. Stop worrying that, like Jonathan said, what's more important to you? Bothering people who are never going to buy from you, or making sure you create a relationship and delivering consistent value to the people who do care about you and making sure they never forget you. Good stuff.
I want to be remembered, man. So, and another reason why you guys should check out Copy Chief, because there's always cool stuff going like this. And not only are people sharing their emails, but there's great discussions going on about people's results and people's reactions and all that stuff. So it's a lot of fun. And the whole motto is nobody writes alone. Well, here's more proof of that.
Love it.
So what do we have coming up next time, Kevin?
Next, we're bringing on our buddy Jody Rainsford, who's a great copywriter over there in the UK. And this is going to be a great show for the freelance copywriters out there. Or if you're a company who hires freelance copywriters and you kind of want to get a better insight to what it's like working with a copywriter, we're going to talk about some projects that Jody's a part of, how he finds his clients, what their working relationships are like. And it's going to be really valuable. And we're going to talk specifically about a couple campaigns that are going gangbusters in the fitness space. And we're going to talk about sort of the secret sauce behind those.
Wow. A lot of insight. Looking forward to that. So that is a wrap for Copy Chief Radio. We'll be back in your earbuds next week. Thank you guys for tuning in. You've been listening to Copy Chief Radio. Thank you for tuning in. If you're digging what we are laying down for you, then your next step is to go over to iTunes, type in Copy Chief Radio into the search bar, and when you find the show, subscribe. We will be back in your earbuds next week.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.